Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by the guys from U to B, who make these Arsenal-inspired T-shirts. Today I'm rocking one of my favourites, that bruised banana one. Loving it, right? The link is in the description. If you want to get your hands on any of those T-shirts, you get along to their website right now. I'm getting really impatient, you know. I'm starting to get to that stage, you know, like every season when it's transfers, and we're well used to this as Arsenal fans, where you're like, all right, come on, give me something. Give me something. I need something, right? I know we've signed Willian, but we knew that was coming, innit? We knew the Willian one was coming. But the one that I'm really impatient about is a centre back. That's the one I really want to get done. Those sort of the spine, those defensive positions that we know has been a big problem at Arsenal. The one we all are interested to see if it gets done is a signing of Gabriel. When is he going to decide? Is he going to choose this week where he ends up going? Everton have definitely dropped out of the race now. They were actually, probably about a month ago, they were the favourites to sign him, Everton. They'd made a bid, everything. They were sort of the first ones really seriously in for him. That got turned down. Now Everton have decided that, you know what, he's already decided where he's going to go. We're not even going to bother no more. We're turning our attentions elsewhere. Everton are out of the race. Man United were then the next favourites, but they have apparently called on it and not that interested. It seems to be down, although I've heard recently that Chelsea have started to show a little bit of interest in him, but it seems to be down to the two clubs, Arsenal and Napoli. Now, you know, obviously I'm going to say choose Arsenal, bigger club. And as I said, I think I said it yesterday, Arsenal are a bigger club. They are more well-renowned. They're playing in the Premier League, a much higher profile league. They've got more fans around the world. Arsenal are a bigger club. Napoli are a big club as well, but Arsenal are a bigger club. And, you know, you're in the city of London. I just feel that when it comes down to it, you know, it's not like even Napoli have got Champions League football. They haven't. They've got Europa League football, the same as we've got. So that's not even a factor in this one. Gabriel, to me, he should choose Arsenal. But he hasn't made his choice yet. And I would love for that deal, for some sort of announcement to get made on that this week. His dad apparently liked a tweet that said he was leaving. Lil have already said he's leaving. Where is he going to go? It's two clubs to choose from, Arsenal or Napoli. Can we get a choice on that this week? Because to me, the signing of a centre-back will really steady the nerves of Arsenal fans. We all know that that is the problem area that needs solving, and a left-footed centre-back at that. Coutinho. Now, this one's getting interesting. Of course, Barcelona, after their humiliation last week, in which they got beaten 8-2, in which, to add to that insult, you know, off the bench comes Coutinho and scores 2 goals for Bayern Munich. I mean, absolute humiliation. He's still in the Champions League. That's going to get resolved this week. I mean, Bayern, I think they're playing tomorrow. So is it tonight or tomorrow? But I think it's tomorrow they've got their game. They are the favourites to go through to the final. At some stage this week, you know, that's going to be over and done with. Probably Sunday, when you're talking about Bayern, because I think they'll get to the final. Then the future of Coutinho is going to get sorted out. Now, Barcelona have sacked their manager, Quique Setien, after that 8-2 defeat against Bayern Munich, and Ronald Koeman has taken over. And apparently he's come in and he said he's given a clean slate to all of the players. And there's a lot of rumours coming out of Spain that Coutinho could in fact stay at Barcelona. Remember, they invested a lot of money in him, £140 million. He's a top quality player. I'd love to see him at Arsenal. But I must say, as time's starting to go on, it's starting to look more and more doubtful that he could end up at Arsenal. There's also of course the cost of his wages and stuff like that as well. I'd love to see him end up at Arsenal, but who knows? But as I said, now there's a possibility that he could even stay at Barcelona. Now that, you know, Ronald Koeman is coming, he's going to make a lot of changes, but he might decide to keep hold of him. Dani Ceballos as well. Where is he going to be? Of course, he's a Real Madrid player. He's not an Arsenal player. He's now effectively back with Real Madrid. We know that Arsenal and Mikel Arteta really want him. They really want to keep him. But what's going to happen with him? The sticking point seems to be on his whole loan fee. Last year, Arsenal apparently paid half of his wages and a loan fee. They want him again. Real Madrid want another loan fee again. The loan fee is sort of like, so you take a player on loan. It can be done two ways. You can take the player on loan and say pay half his wages or a portion of his wages. Or sometimes if it's a real top quality player, the team may demand a fee, a loan fee, which could be, you know, it could be anything. It could be 5 million, 1 million, whatever, right? And that is paid on top of paying that portion of the wages. As I said, Real Madrid looking for another loan fee for Dani Ceballos. It seems to be a bit of a sticking point. Arsenal want him. Will they get their man? That's going to be the interesting thing to find out. The other thing I was really thinking about today is that, you know, we're talking about all these players, Gabriel and Coutinho and all these targets and who's coming in and who's... What about who's going out, though? Arsenal have got a really, you know, big squad of players. And, you know, this player, I mean, Mkhitaryan, that's still not resolved yet, you know. And obviously Arsenal don't want to keep him. And, you know, he's surplus to requirements. They want to go. It looks like he will end up at Roma, where he's been on a loan. But it's not resolved yet. That needs to be resolved. Lacazette, Juventus apparently interested in him. Are Arsenal going to keep hold of Lacazette, or are they going to move him on? And then there's a whole load of other players in that Arsenal squad that, you know, let's be real, they need to go. They, you know, I'm not saying it in a horrible way, but surely they're going to be moved on. Socrates is one of them. I mean, you know, not fancied by the manager. He only came on for a few minutes in the final. Apart from that, after the lockdown, that was it. He didn't play. He's only got 12 months left on his contract. That's the same for Mustafi as well. Only 12 months left on his contract. We know he's injured, but are Arsenal going to try and move him on? You know, that's going to be really interesting to see. Lucas Torreira, what's going to happen with him? Kolasinac, you know, looks like the manager doesn't fancy him much. Is he going to move on? Callum Chambers. There's a whole load of players there that Arsenal need to move out. Now, do they need to move these players out first before they get anything done? You know, we know, of course, Ozil, but he doesn't want to go anywhere. Guendouzi, you know, they got a lot of players to move on this summer. You know, that is a lot of players there that I've just named out that, you know, let's be real. You know, Mavropanos is another one. These guys are kind of surplus to requirements at Arsenal. All right, we might keep Torreira, possibly Mustafi, but I think all the rest of them I've named there, you know, the club would like to move them on. And just as it's difficult to sign players sometimes, it's difficult to move players on. You want to get the right fee for them. I mean, somebody like Guendouzi, you know, Arsenal are chasing a big fee for him. Are they going to get that big fee for him of £40 million? You know, it's going to be it's a real interesting transfer window and a real difficult job for Edu, because there's a lot of players. As I said, yes, we want to bring all these players in, but there's a lot of players to move out. And then you've got players like Ainsley Maitland-Niles. What's going to happen with him? I said on the show yesterday that apparently, again, a bit similar to that Barcelona situation with Raul going, it might lead to a U-turn by Arsenal. That's what the rumours are, that it will lead to a U-turn by Arsenal, and that they're looking to keep Ainsley Maitland-Niles, which I think would be good. There's talk that Rob Holding, Arsenal might be willing to do a U-turn on Rob Holding and keep him as well. He was seen to be a player that could be on his way out. He was linked with a move away to Leeds, but it looks like Arsenal may be willing to keep him. So it's gonna be so interesting to see who goes out. That's gonna be that's gonna be huge, because again, if a load of those players go out, we might need to buy more players again. So I think it's going to be quite a long, drawn-out transfer window for Arsenal, not just for the players they're bringing in. I know they're saying 2 to 3, probably 3 players, but it could be more by the time they've moved out, if they can move out the amount of players that they want to move out. Of course, one player they don't want to move out is Aubameyang, and we're hoping again that this one will get announced this week. Still no announcement yet at the time of recording this show. But of course, Aubameyang, we all know, we all want to get him signed up, and the talk is that a deal has been agreed and that he will put pen to paper. No announcement yet, but this is a really, really important one. And Arsenal did make a couple of signings yesterday. A couple of youngsters. They signed this kid called Tim Akinola from Huddersfield. He was at Huddersfield's academy. Left the academy. Arsenal snapped him up for the under-23 team. Remember, they've moved on a couple of youngsters. Arsenal moved out a couple of players on loan. Zach Medley's one of those who went out on loan. So he signed another kid yesterday as well from Tottenham this time. He was at Tottenham. His name is called Jonathan Dinzey. Hope I pronounced that right. Jonathan Dinzey. He was at Tottenham's academy. They released him. Arsenal have signed him. It's always interesting to see when those sort of things happen, when one academy releases a player and then, another academy signs them. That's what happened with Eddie Nketiah. He was at Chelsea, left Chelsea, immediately Arsenal jumped on it and rung up Eddie and said, listen, come over, we want to take you. And now he's ended up, with first team appearances for Arsenal. So it's never the end of the road. If you get released by one academy, it's very subjective sometimes. You can go on to make it elsewhere. So it'd be very interesting to see how those two develop. As I said, one release from Huddersfield Academy, release from Tottenham's academy, and then you end up at Arsenal. Wow, what a big move. It's going to be an interesting, it's going to be an interesting transfer window. As I said, it's not just about who we're bringing in, and we hope that Gabriel chooses Arsenal, and we would love a Coutinho and these sort of, but who are we gonna move out? There's a lot of players that need to go, and it's going to be: are we able to get rid of them? Are we able to move them on? Where? How much? Interesting transfer window for Edu. He's going to be busy this summer. Thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget the link is in the description for U to be, and will we be back? Will we be what? We'll be back tomorrow. Robbie here from AFTV. We just got to say a big thank you to everybody who follows us across our various channels. Over 1 million followers on YouTube. Don't forget, you can now also catch us on Reddit. We're on Reddit, so get involved with us on Reddit and also on TikTok. Keep it AFTV, baby, right here.